car's low. What you waiting for? I feel like I hit the lotto. What you waiting for? I'm riding around in my girl's eye.
Hello guys, and today is gonna be a really transparent video. It's like I feel like really uncomfortable, but comfortable at the same time. I feel comfortable because I know this has to be shared, and it has to be, you know, it has to get put out there, because if it's not gonna be put out there, then, you know, it can't help other females that have went through that or experienced what I have experienced. So I'm gonna try my best, try like my hardest to, like, I'm already getting emotional. Like, what is that? Like, I'm already getting emotional. Like, chill out, like, relax. This is the story on how I was raped, and I'm not gonna name any names, you know, but I'm gonna be as transparent as I can, because I want other females that are going through this or have gone through something like this to know that, you know, you're not. Let me get comfortable. Oh, I'm so hot. Why is it so hot in here? But I want other females to know that are going through this, how to avoid it, and that you're not alone. And the number one thing to remember is that, you know, keeping your mouth closed is the best way to not let yourself grow. And I'm realizing that today. So really, I don't really care about anybody else's opinion. I'm caring about what my opinion is and what I think of myself. And I was disappointed that I never shared my story, and by keeping my mouth closed, I'm leaving thousands of females in the dark, young females like I was. So let me just stop blabbering on and just tell the story. Okay, so it's all started. If you do not know me from Instagram, I love posting on Instagram because it helps me, and, you know, it's just like an outlet where I can really be myself and the cultural Ethiopian queen that I like to be, and I love inspiring and being inspired. And I was on there just doing what I do, just posting things that really that Sapphira wanted to post. So like I will post like a whole bunch of stuff, you know, and you know, it grew attention. Like I started to get more popular. At this time, I wasn't always bald-headed. I used to have like a really like a ton of hair, and I grew my hair. It was 4C. I have 4C hair, and I grew it like really long, like almost like mid back length. It was like at bra strap length, and so I grew it really long, and that's the reason people would come, because I would always share like how to keep 4C hair moisturized. So one day I had like a photo shoot that I had, and it like caught attention from like kind of a celebrity hairstylist. And this guy contacted me, and he was like, you know, like, wow, you're so beautiful, like, you're amazing. And at the time, like, this guy was some guy that I would always follow. Like, he was always getting reposted everywhere. And at the time, I think he only had like he had like 1 million followers, so he was pretty big, you know. So I was just like, oh my god, like he talked to me. So I was just stoked. At the time, I'm 17. I just turned 17, so I'm just like, oh my god, this guy talked to me. I'm so happy. And like, I'm really pure, because growing up Ethiopian Hebrew, we're sexual beings, but we put that in art. We put that in, you know, just creativity. Not really, I was never like a flirtatious person, like, you know, being too fast or grown. I was really innocent, and I had like an innocence to me. So I never came off flirtatious to this man or whatever. So he's like, you know what, let's plan a day and I'm gonna do your face and we're gonna beat it and I'm gonna do your hair and everything and it's gonna be amazing. So like I was all for it, so I was just like, okay, like let's do it. So fast forward a couple of, I'm so nervous, yo, why am I so nervous? But fast forward like a couple of, you know, times down the line, you know, we finally met up and he paid for my Uber to go all this way to go see him. And honestly, I thought the guy was gay. So you know how when you think like your friend is gay, you're more comfortable, like you wear like booty shorts around your gay friend, like, you know, like you just feel real comfortable, like I can do anything, like it's just you feel really comfortable with like your gay friend, you know. So I thought he was gay. I mean, he looked attractive. I thought he was attractive, but like I thought he was gay, and I looked up to him like a brother, you know. So like he was doing my hair and I was having fun. I mean, and I seen that he had a girl, and his girl was beautiful and she was there, so that made me feel even more comfortable because I'm like, he has a girl there and she was really nice. So then the girl left and I still felt comfortable. He bought me food, brought it to the house, whatever I wanted. It was really fun. And then I kind of got a sexual sense because, like, you know how stylists, when they turn you around, usually they turn your chair, but I noticed like when he would like need me to turn a certain way, he would like have his like his crouch area. He would turn me with his crouch area, if that makes any sense at all, because I was in like a high stool, so he would like kind of slowly turn me, and I felt something. And when you feel something like that, don't ignore it. You would rather want to overassume than underassume. And if you feel something like that, let it be known, like, hey, like, could you not do that? Like, that makes me feel comfortable. Like, that's what I should have did, but I didn't do that. I just kept quiet, and I was just like, you know what, it's in my head, you know, it's just in my head, you know. So then my makeup was done. I had a full beat, and I was on the Snap and the gram taking pictures and stuff. And then he had an outfit. He had like it was like Good Girl Gone Bad was like our theme, and it was like a you know. And then I had like a one piece that I brought, and the one piece is not, it's not a bathing suit, so it's meant to be worn with jeans. He was like, can you try that on for me? And I was like, sure. Like, I didn't think anything sexual about it. I tried it on with jeans. So I came out of the bathroom with the bodysuit on, but I had on jeans with it. And he was like, oh, you put the jeans on with it? And I was like, yeah. And he looked like hella hurt and hella like disappointed. So I was just like, you know, like, okay, like, still didn't think anything of it. Red flag number 2. So then after everything was done, everything was gone, he never was flirtatious other than those 2 things. So I didn't think anything of it, you know. So I left, and maybe a week went by, and then I get a message, and then it says, hey, like, you left your jacket, and I'm right up your area, and I'll just drop it off. And grant you, I'm his biggest fan, so I'm like, holy shit, like, he needs to drop something off. But at the time, my mom, you know, I'm really to myself, you know, so my mom was like, you know, sorry guys, I'm so emotional right now. Try my best not to cry, okay? He basically said yes. I basically said yes. Yes, you can come over. And the reason why I said yes was because I'm not gonna say no to, you know, this big social media influencer, you know, like, he's just trying to do something nice, and that's me. Like, if people that know me, I see the good in everybody, even people that I probably shouldn't see the good in, I see the good in them, you know. And it's a blessing and a curse. So he I let him, I thought he was just going to drop it off, but he gave me the jacket and he kind of lingered inside of the doorway. So I was like it was awkward. So I was like, hey, if you want to come in. But granted, I really didn't want him in because I knew if my mother had seen him, it just would be a really, really awkward moment. And I wasn't trying to have that because I never have guys around, you know. So I just didn't want that. But like, he's him. So I'm like, you know what? Come on in. So he's in, and I have like a big sectional. So I'm hella uncomfortable because I feel like I'm doing something really, really wrong. So I'm on one end of the sectional and he's sitting way on the other side because it's a huge sectional that I have, you know. So he's way on the other side. So like, he's on the other side and I'm chilling like where I am, and I'm just chilling, and he just says, and now that I think back on it, it was really, really stupid, you know. He says, oh, like, my lips are really dry. Do you have anything like to moisturize my lips? And then I'm like, sure, like, no problem. So I'm not thinking anything of it. I go and I have shea butter on the counter. Why I had it ready there, I don't know. But conveniently, I had shea butter on the counter. So I give him the shea butter, and then he's rubbing it on my, I'm not rubbing it on his lips. He's rubbing it on his lips. And then I go to sit back in the corner. So I'm sorry, my camera just decided to die on me, but it didn't feel good. And then he proceeded to, you know, insert his penis or whatever. And kids, if you guys are watching this, I'm so sorry, like, you know, but it just, for people that's had this happen, they need to know like what happened to me, you know. So he proceeds to, you know, put his penis inside of me, and he was not caring. It was not with love or tenderness. This is my boyfriend. Hey babe, is it possible I can call you back in like 5 minutes? Is it possible I can call you back in like 5 minutes? Okay, thank you. But then he just was ruthless. Like, he was ruthless. It was like the best way I could describe it is like having a knife, because I never even used a tampon before. So it was like having a knife just drive in you. Like, it was the worst pain that I've ever felt in my whole entire life. Like, it was so painful. I just remember looking down and I was bleeding, and at that point I just wanted to place my body somewhere else. Like, I wanted to be somewhere else. So I remember like placing my mind, you know, in my happy place. And really what that was at the time was painting. I really loved painting. So what I did was I just pictured myself painting. And at the time, looking back at it, I felt like it was my fault, because at that point, I just stopped trying. I stopped trying to fight and stopped trying. All I did was cry. And I felt so weak for that, because, you know, I used to say, if that'll never happen to me, because I'm strong, I'm Sapphira, like, you know, Black power, you know, like, I'm all about, you know, women standing up for themselves. But yet I'm in this situation and I felt like I didn't stand up to myself, and I felt like it was just me against everything, you know. And I feel like I should have tried harder at that point. But I'm learning now that, you know, that happens, and yes, maybe someone else could have thought of something smarter, but there's always one thing that is your weakest moment, you know. And that was my weakest moment, and I felt like I was helpless in that moment. And at that point, after everything was done, he left, and I just felt so dirty. Like his stuff was everywhere. I just felt so dirty and unwanted and unloved. And sometimes I still deal with that today, you know. I still deal with feeling that way, because it took a lot, you know. It took a lot of confidence away from me. But, you know, through social media and connecting with women, you know, that's what really, you know, it helps build my confidence every day. And it's a building stepping stone. So when I get messages, when you guys send me messages and you tell me, you know, how much of an inspiration I am and how, like, I'm helping you guys, I always stay at a place of being humble, because, you know, you never know what a person is going through, you know. And by you guys reaching out and then telling me, like, oh my God, like, you're so beautiful, or you're so this, you know, I know people's opinions don't matter. It doesn't matter what someone else has to say about you, but, you know, by you guys telling me, you know, these things, it really means so much to me. And I felt like sharing this to let you know, not everybody's life, what you see in the cameras and on screen, is not what it appears, you know. We all have our demons that we wrestle with, but it's how you move past it. And so I'm so grateful that, you know, I didn't break. I got through the whole story without, you know, crying through the whole thing. But, you know, I'm so much more happier now. And okay, yes, I still have my points. I still, in my new relationship, I have points where I feel like unloved or unwanted, even though this person is making me feel loved and wanted. It's just because of what happened to me. And so I want my message for young women, or women in general that have went through this, is to speak out about it. You know, that gives you power. Like, I feel very empowered that I spoke out about it. Speak out about it. Take legal action. Take legal action. I took legal action, but then I fell back on it because I didn't want to face him. I didn't want to face, because I felt like I was alone. I felt like nobody really had my back on it, and he has 2 million, 1 million people following him. Who's gonna care about my following? You know, nobody's gonna believe me. Look, he's attractive, so they're gonna say, oh, she wanted to do that. You know, they don't know your story. But speak out and take legal action, because that's not okay. And somebody's gonna believe you, and it's gonna be the right person that's gonna guide you into the right direction. And so thank you guys so much for watching. And I know this was like so different than my usual things that I like to post, and I'm being so emotional, but I really felt like I had to share that piece with you. And I love you all. Thank you so much, and you guys enjoy your day. And hopefully this makes me feel more transparent and more real, and, you know. Well, yeah. Okay, I'll see you guys later in the next video. Bye-bye.